I'm looking at the fourth movement today, the fast one, comparing the original to my Sikorsky. Really interesting. A lot of surprises, actually. Some notes that Sikorsky left out, some double stops, and a tiny glimpse into the composition process. There are a couple of notes in that first stretch of 16 notes that the soloist is playing. Just a couple of open strings that Schnittke intended, and then he has crossed them out. As if he consulted Rostropovich, and Rostropovich said, actually, in order to play these notes this fast, I play this note on this string, so then I can't play this open string. And that's really how it looks like. And Sikorsky has, of course, omitted these notes that Schnittke himself crossed out, but you can still see which notes he intended. He just made a simple cross. And there is a gliss in the original, and yeah, just some extra notes that make sense for the sake of consistency. In this movement, there are some motifs that are repeated, and in the Sikorsky, they're not always the same. And of course, sometimes a repeated motif is not supposed to be the same. But I have been guessing that certain things were maybe intended to be the same, and according to the original, there is more similarity between motifs than in the Sikorsky, so Sikorsky just left out a few notes. And there are some places that I have to consult the recordings by Rostropovich or Ivashkin to make to have an opinion about, because the original and Sikorsky has just written one slightly confusing. It's probably just a mistake. There's a long stretch of fifths, and in the middle of that stretch of fifths there is one tritone, and I think it's supposed to be a fifth as well. I'm just gonna listen to the recording to hear what these guys were doing. They had personal contact with Schnittke, so yeah. And Sikorsky added a diminuendo in a place where there's Schnittke did not. So yeah, this is interesting. And energy consuming. Wow, I was never a good student. I'm a horrible academic. I was never a nerd about scores, and just comparing one movement at a time is enough for one session. I'm gonna practice now. I'm just gonna draw a card. Just gonna draw a card to inspire me today when practicing the fourth movement. It's a very lively, dramatic, kind of angry movement. Let's see. The devil. Wow. Nice. The Devil is actually about breaking free from addiction, breaking free from chains, breaking free from the things that we enslave ourselves with. That's really cool. That's really cool.